Raider Nation, day 3 of the free agency frenzy. We got L'Jarius Sneed up next, who's a bona fide star corner of the Kansas City Chiefs. He was amazing this last year. I remember in our game, the Christmas game and the game before, he locked down Davante Adams. So I would consider him a lockdown corner in the NFL. There's not many that are available, let alone in the league. And I truly believe L'Jarius is one of them. I remember when he got drafted, I think he was like a late round pick, third, fourth round pick. And,
2020.
he's one, yeah. So he's one of the Chiefs, they always find these diamonds in the roughs. And Snead is another one of those guys. It's interesting. They just tagged him. I don't know the exact price tag. I think it was around 15, 16 million. But, you know, the tag is not what it once was in that we saw Davante Adams get tagged. And all these guys are like, oh, we're not getting Davante. And he got traded to us like a week later. So the tag doesn't really mean much. It means that guys can go seek trades out if they want a long-term deal. So L'Jarius is on the table. We have to trade draft capital for him, which I'm fine doing. I mean, we traditionally waste our picks anyway. So even if we have to give up first or second round pick, I think it's worth it for a guy like this who, like we were talking about this in the last episode, we have so many corners on the roster, but like Jack Jones, we love him, but I don't know if he's a lockdown corner at this stage, whereas L'Jarius is. And I think it's important you bring a guy like that in.
Yeah, and I think overall, L'Jarius Sneed is a great player, and there's really not much else to say. I mean, he's just he gets it done. Whatever you need to be done, he gets done. He can play zone, he can play man, he can stick. Like we've seen that, when he guards Keenan Allen and when he guards Cortland Sutton, when he guarded Devontae, like he can stick, and he's a real glue guy. And hopefully, it might be a long shot, but if Raiders can make a move for him, that would be big. And it's funny how every year when I'm on my spring break trip, the free agency news always comes out in March of 2022. It was a Devontae news came out. I was in Cabo, and I literally was like called my dad screaming, and he was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" Like, he's like, "Yo, you're in Mexico," calling me screaming. Like, dude, I got scared. Like, what happened? I told him we got Devontae, and he was like, "Man, shut the fuck up," and hung up. And then last year, I was jet lagged at fucking 4 a.m. in London, and I saw that we signed Jimmy G on the first opening day of free agency. And I was so pissed off. I'm like, just wake me when I'm fucking in 48 hours. And I woke up like literally like 12 hours later, like wondering, is it real? Like, did we actually just replace Carr with Jimmy G? So, I mean, this is a big name who, we might not get, like you said, Chiefs placed a tag on him. So I'm not sure how we get him, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. One last thing I wanted to say is every real Raider fan remembers in I think 2016, we went and signed a guy, Chiefs corner, Sean Smith,
Yep.
and number 20. And, everyone said he was going to be this elite corner for us. And he got burned for a 98-yard touchdown week 1 by Brandon Cooks. And it was all downhill since then. I think he went to jail too. So
He's
that was a
number
shitty
21.
signing.
He was number
Oh, was he
21
21?
on Smith. Yeah, 21 from Utah. He went to University of
Yeah.
Utah.
So
So,
that's my only qualms with bringing this another Chiefs corner. But I mean, L'Jarius has proven it. Like he
yeah.
was cornerback 1 on a team with McDuffie in the secondary, who's also a star in the
Trent.
slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trent McDuffie. So then I mean, Snead was their number 1 guy. They put him on Devontae, not McDuffie. So, I mean, I think he's a can't miss player, but I mean, we've been burned by these Chiefs guys in the past who've been deemed can't miss players. So, you know, we're going to see what happens. Like you said, it's a long shot, but there is a shot. So, we're going to see what happens, Raider Nation.